Yeah, what is going on, guys? Today is 3 a.m. Thursday. So we are taking our trade for Wednesday. Um, so yeah, Wednesday got off work 12:15, so another late one. We were really busy at work. But that doesn't stop us. We're here. Showered, ate, came home, showered, ate. Um, Relax for a little bit, jump on the charts just to do our session recap for the day. One win and one loss. So I'll kind of break those down into my thought process and kind of what I'm implementing. Um, kind of what I'm implementing on that high time frame, using high time frame POIs. So yeah, let's get right into it. Uh, oh wait, before we do, in case any new viewers are watching, I'm Nate. Um, been trading for 2.5 years now. Not at that profitable stage yet. I've been all over the show. Started out trading with my best friends. We're still trading now. We're all still on a journey. Um, One of them is close to a payout, and one of them's kind of like figured out their system. Another one started recently, so he's kind of figuring out the ropes. Wouldn't say with the strategy, but more on the psychology at the moment. But he's doing well, and me, I am 2.5 years in, almost 3 years. Um, had one payout, and things went downhill from there. Learned a lot about myself, about being consistent. So, being consistent, um, yeah, being consistent was one of the main issues. I had a problem with revenge trading. Um, I had issues with a lot of things, honestly. I was to the point where I was strategy hopping a lot. When I wouldn't win a trade, then I would think that my strategy didn't work. Um, like I would say that I've got funded a couple times, but haven't made it to the point where I was able to secure a payout. Um, there's also I passed a couple accounts, but haven't able to make a payout. And right now I'm in the stage where I'm kind of going break even. So I'm finding myself that I'm taking winning trades, but also losing just as many trades. So I'm kind of like in that break even to where I can't even pass an account now. Um, I um, yeah, the couple past accounts were break even, and it got to the point where I would start to risk a big amount just to try and pass the account because I would have the account for nearly a month, and it would be in constant winnings, drawdown or break even or something along those lines. But we wouldn't lose the account, but we weren't able to pass it. So my psychology would just get the better of me, and I would end up um, revenge trading, blow the account. I would buy another one, blow it again. So again, I think it's becoming a thing of my psychology as well. So working on that a lot has helped me. So now we're in the stage where we're back testing and gathering data on our strategy, right? So um, I kind of realized this myself, that I don't have enough data on my strategy, right? So I'm going break even, but that's because I'm not trusting my strategy, and I um kind of like figure like I kind of take different trades every single day when I was on funded accounts that would be different. So my execution would be different, the POIs would be different. the tradings like the trading style would be different. So it would be like a constant mix of confluences that I would never use, and it would be like it would be a mix. So there was nothing that I could repeat every single day. Um, and that's when I knew that after I blew my last account, I knew that it was time to um, backtest and to kind of perfect all those mix of strategies into one that makes sense to me, and the POIs that I pick that make sense to me. Hourly POIs, and we're slowly making notes along the way on what's working and what's not working. So yeah, it's like one of those things where I'm figuring out a lot about myself through these backtesting sessions. I'm limiting myself to only 1 hour per day, or less than that, just depending on the circumstance. But again, at least two trades, different sessions. Um, so once I take a trade on one, then I am going again on a different session and taking a trade again. So that way, the data stays consistent in different environments, and that's what we want. We don't want to backtest 100 trades on the same session. We want to create different um, circumstances each day. So that's what our backtesting is. It's like, we will take two trades today, different sessions. So that would be at least 2 days worth of trading, or in, like on a funded. But we were able to do it in one day. You know, kind of repeating that until we find our system that works, and kind of the trading style that I'm able to use comfortably and to know that it works. And if I do take a loss, it's because of the trade, and that would be just to turn off the charts for the day, um, and call it a wrap, and move on to the next day. So again, sticking to that one trade per day is ideal. It's probably the best thing to do, because I've lost accounts because I've revenge traded after holding an account for a month and not making anything on it. So that one trade per day is the one thing that I know it's going to save me. So that's why I'm back testing and making sure that, like, I feel confident with my strategy, but also through this I'm able to kind of uh, work on myself as well through these backtesting sessions. Things like being motivated, being consistent. That's why I make these videos, to be consistent with myself. So you guys are able, um, you guys able to keep me accountable as well. So again, just being consistent and having the motivation to keep going and to keep trying. As you guys know, that last account I blew, I went, like, mentally, I kind of went on a dark path. Um, it was very hard to have that conversation with you guys, but also get up the next day and to keep going, right? To tell myself, okay, we made mistakes. Um, what can we do to fix it? Right. And that was like the hardest thing for me to do, just to not get off and just be like, nah, I'm fucking done with this shit, but I'm 2.5 years deep. I think it's to the point where I have to keep going. I have to keep going. All this knowledge, all this time spent, I have to keep going, until we get where we want to be with this trading shit. And and it's something that you guys know, that now I'm taking things at a slow pace. I'm trying not to rush the process, and gathering data and taking as many trades as possible, different sessions. So we're having different circumstances every single day, and yeah, again, refining our setups to the point where we're able to take A plus setups every single trade we take. I know trades won't be A plus all the time, but we're able to recognize now what A plus are, and what trades that we can take and we are willing to take, and acknowledging that we are taking those trades, and we're happy if the trade does not end up playing out. So yeah, it's one of those things where, we're continuing to work and we're continuing the grinds. Like I have a job. I work as an engineer um, for an airline, and I do 10-hour shifts every single day. Um, well, throughout Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday or Tuesday to Friday, whatever. Uh, but it doesn't stop us from grinding, right? It doesn't stop us from um, working on ourselves and trying to make something out of this. But I know it's gonna take time, and I'm happy, and I'm um, happy to acknowledge that it will take time, and it's something about not rushing the process, but also learning more about yourself as well. So yeah, that's me kind of wrapped up as a whole over this two and a half year journey. I only started making these videos a couple months ago, just to help with my trade recaps and to be able to talk and let out my emotions if I have any, about the trades that I do take, um, and kind of my thought process and why I'm taking these types of trades. Um, and now it's gotten, I would say, more better because it's more structured. So the way that we're trading follows a quite strict rule of structure and order flow. Well, we're now dipping our toes into order flow just a little bit more, just so we're not waiting for a trade, um, you know, once a week or twice a week, though it may be more probable. Um, I just don't think that it is the way I want to continue things going forward. But we do, but not really the point. Like if we're able to wait two, three, if we're able to wait, a week for one trade, we can replicate the same thing, um, on on we can replicate the same thing um, on those same higher time frame POIs. So let's say the internal is bearish on the 1 hour, but the 15-minute overall external is bullish, and we see opportunities to go shorts that we tapped into an hourly POI to go shorts and our entry model forms. We should be more than happy to take that trade, and that's kind of more that I'm dipping my toes into a little bit more. And today's session will kind of show that to you guys. Um, on kind of my thought process and where I think that price is hitting for the day, or especially in that session that we take a trade from. Um, but again, less trades is more. So it's something that I will keep in mind. But again, with the trades that I'm taking, that I'm noticing that anyways that the trade that we took here and we lost, um, it was to the point where we still um, because again I told you guys that our 15-minute external reflects off the 1 hour and the 4 hour anyways. So again, it's not like we've changed our strategy. It's just a more different um it's just a more out like a bigger outlook. So, I marked out this whole range being this hourly hourly POI. We had our entry model formed um here as well as here. We had a market structure shift not only here but also here as well. And we waited for a retracement into this order block. Um, we had a we had a slight tap into it, but I wasn't certain. I really wanted to tap into it, and I wanted a break out of it. But yeah, what ended up happening was uh, we ended up taking a loss on this, but it's alright. I'll kind of break down kind of my thought process and everything like that. So hourly POI, uh, the 4 hour, well, we were currently in a bullish state. So we took out all these lows down here, and then price had a big shot up. So it probably would have been, um, so if I go on the hourly, we can kind of see what time we took that trade at. So that was about 9. So that was about nine. So this is the roundabout where um, New York is about to close. So again, not a bad trade. I would say that we lost because of market, as it does what it wants to do. Um, as as you guys can see, like it starts to get choppy around here. Once we tap into this hourly order block, we can see multiple sweeps on the lower time frame. But with that, it's a good thing when we get sweeps to the downside. Just means that we're able to catch longs, following the overall trend. But yeah, this hourly order block here kind of reflects off the 15-minute external, which in this case is this long these here. This is our external break, and we just have a bunch of order blocks in this area here. So again, the way that we're trading is the same thing reflected off the 1 hour and 4 hour anyways, but instead of using the 15-minute only as our external, um, I don't want to disregard the 1 hour and the 4 hour as well, looking into those as well. So, that's why I'm kind of dipping my toes into just looking at these hourly POIs from a standpoint on these time frames. That way, I'm able to mark out a bigger range of where I'm looking to take a trade from. So we're not stuck on the refinement of having to mark these out one by one. Um, as if price wants to react from this area, this is the general area where we can look to take a trade from. So again, same thing, but just reflecting off the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frames, marking out those POIs instead of I sticking solely on the 15-minute time frame and marking out the external highs and lows. But yeah, again, same concept, but a 15-minute reflects off the 1 hour and 4 hour anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'll get into this. So hourly time frame, we had this hourly order block here. We also had a um, we also had this small fair value gap here, but price disrespected it, which is completely fine. Um, as you guys can see, we have a break here. So I was pretty much just looking for equilibrium between this range and this range here, and we're obviously within equilibrium within the small range here. Um, but again, you could say on the 4 hour time frame, we broke structure here, but haven't filled in equilibrium. So sometimes sometimes we haven't. The 4 hour still makes its bigger leg up. So what I mean by that is that the 4 hour might um, continue to make that higher leg up before breaking structure again. So as you guys can see, we had a big push up, and price might even just continue to go up until we put in that bigger leg. Um, but sometimes, you know, when price is ready to come back lower to put in a lower leg, that's when equilibrium starts to be involved, and we can look for something like this. So yeah, I mean, but again, it's one of those things where I'm just playing it out, as in I'm just getting on the charts and seeing what I'm seeing. So if I just got on the charts, I'm seeing that the 1 hour broke internally here. I can see that we're within equilibrium. We're in a discount to go long, again, from this area to put in that higher high on the 4 hour time frame. Um, so pretty much just waiting for an entry model here, which in this case, um, price didn't do for a while. So as you guys can see, we put in that high, um, price chopped down. We pretty much waited for this hourly order block to get hit because it's within our equilibrium. We did have that fair value gap, but got disrespected. Pretty much just waiting for a clean sweep, which we got here. No break of structure, so um, this for this trade we didn't. You know, this could have been something, but overall nothing because we swept these highs once again. and we had a clean sweep in which price broke structure. Um, we then come down a little bit more, looking for a clean sweep. Um, we did have one here. We did get a market structure shift, but when we got that retracement within, um, this little area here, this consolidation area, we broke straight through it and we closed below it. So I disregarded that. Pretty much just waited for another clean sweep. So we had these previous 5 minute lows, which was here, and we also re-sweeped that area. If I get rid of this box here, as you guys can see, we actually re-sweep this area, had a nice shift in structure, also breaking this in one full move. So overall, not a bad kind of. This was good confirmation as we had our market structure shift and we closed nicely above these highs, as well as our internal high, which is here. That gave us a nice order block to take a trade from. And as you guys can see, we put in that high, pretty much waited for price to come back into this area to look for us to go longs for 1 to 2. But again, price just wasn't able to deliver, which is completely okay. Um, price just does what it wants, but it just seems like to me, from what I feel, is that we're probably just making retracement lower to take out these lows and fill in that 4 hour range just a little bit more as we have unfilled 4 hour gap here, as well as this big range here that price can look to um, you know take a retracement to. So that kind of wraps up that second trade I took. I'll kind of jump into the first trade I took, which was this one. So this one was a winning trade, and I'll kind of jump into that. So, oh fuck, shit is all over the show. But as you guys can see here, oh man, I'll get rid of this and this just because it's annoying me. But as you guys can see, we did have our recent break here, um, and we did have our hourly POI here. Price was obviously in a bearish state, so I wanted to see if price could give us a reaction from any way of these zones here, as we had this fair value gap here, we had this order block, and we also had um, our last kind of defense layer for price to go short, which was up here. So that pretty much brings us into the 5 minute. So on the 5 minute, same thing. We're looking for a clean sweep. We're looking for a nice structure break. We're looking for a retracement, and we're looking to take shorts. So, as you guys can see, we filled in this hourly. We make some moves down. Unable to get a clean sweep all the way down here. Price started retraces up, which is starts to retrace up, which is good. Just means that we're able to take a trade within this long range down here. So now we're pretty much just waiting for entry. This would have been a clean sweep. Would have been a nice trade to take, sorry, but no clean sweep. That's okay. We just keep on waiting and waiting and waiting. We're waiting, make a high, no clean sweep, and then boom, we get a clean sweep at these highs up here. So though we had these previous highs, what we're looking for is a clean sweep. We want a clean sweep of highs in which we had our market structure shift here. In which we pretty much waited for price to retrace into this area. which price did. We had a tap back into the zone, this order block here, and we had a nice bearish candle out of it. Was happy to go short. Our break even was at these lows down here, targeting a 1 to 2. So price ended up playing out for a really nice 1 to 2, following this range out here. So yeah, again, same fucking trade, same execution, right? We just want to make sure that we're taking it in the right POIs now. So we know our one model, our one execution model, which I'm happy to repeat every single day. Now we're just working on the POIs to take, or which POIs to take those executions from, to make sure that we stay in the high probability zone for every single trade that we take. So again, same trade. Um, we had a clean sweep of these highs. We get a market structure shift, which is here, get a retracement and a nice displacement candle out of it. Happy to go short, stops above these highs, protected highs. And yeah, as you guys can see, trade ends up playing out for 1 to 2. So pretty much we are up for the day. So one win, one loss. So we would be at a 1R for the day. So yeah, because of 1 to 2, and then we would lose one, and we're risking 1%. So yeah, so we'll be at a 1R. So on a 100K account, we'll be $1,000 up for the day. And yeah, and that kind of wraps it up for today's trade. Last day to do today, which I'll come back and do later on tonight when I get back home from work. So today will be my last day at work for the week. And good thing is that I have Monday off as well, which is nice. So yeah, this episode was a little bit different, kind of break down a little bit about myself. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And also you guys got to know me a little bit more besides the person making these videos. You guys get to kind of hear about my day to day, and um, what I'm kind of going through each and every day, especially through trading as well, but also making sure that I'm making progress with you guys as well. So yeah, as you guys can see, entry model is formed. I'm liking the way that we're waiting for a sweep, a clean sweep. Um, as we know that closure above highs and lows means something. So, but if we don't get a closure between highs and lows, it just means you know, price is looking to take something, or it's good for us to look to take a trade from, and it stops us from entering in FOMO as well. If we have a strict entry model that is informing every 5 minutes, um, it's a good patience game as well. We just need to practice more on which POIs to take them from and which POIs are more probable. So, I mean, I think we're up for the week so far. Um, and yeah, I mean, that kind of wraps it up for today's trades. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless you guys. Um, I hope you guys have an amazing trading week, or if you guys are backtesting week, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, I just want to wish you guys an amazing um, yeah, I just want to wish you guys an um, amazing week, and yeah, make sure you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.